All right, here's a Temple of Anubis game. Now let's see what you guys are doing. The Arisa Diva is very interesting here. I'm not sure I totally understand why the diva. Maybe it's that you want to be able to contest this high ground up here or the high ground up here very easily, but I'm a big fan of instead choosing Sigma or Hog for that position here. Number one, if you pick Sigma, then you can contest this front part here with double shield. Sigma's really good at putting pressure right there on the gate as they're about to walk in. As we walk in through here, the tail end has to take like an accretion plus a double primary fire, and that hurts, especially if someone's shooting that with you. You can get a pick, and any pick there just kind of eliminates the push entirely. So that's a big thing you can do. Also with Hog, as the enemy team runs through this point here, if they're running through that, then Hog can just grab the last person, hook them, and kill them. So a lot of potential to be had there with either Hog. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute for a second. I'm sorry about that. My roommate is cooking and made the smoke alarm go off. Okay, so yeah, just a couple of things I wanted to point out there for that is that Sigma Hog, a lot of potential value on that right hand door. Okay, now we are going on the other side. We're going with the full spam comp that we've been playing pretty much most of this night. A lot of this full spam comp. Um, mainly because we definitely don't want to be sticking too far together here. We really like slowly kind of inching our way. Idea here, right? We want to roll a ball really quickly up here, all right? So you can kind of see like we start gaining some ground, gaining some pressure up here. We don't have to kill anyone with it. Just ball taking up this space here kind of turns some people's attention around, how it makes them think about it, right? And the more people that get over here, like first Ball's going to come over here, then Farah might find her way over here, and eventually Sigma might start walking underground up here. Like the more people that start going there, the more you're going to have to start contesting it, and the easier it is for each more to come in, because as we get more people through, then they can start going like all the way around, right? Like the bigger concept here being that like the more people that get through, the more like space we have, like the more you can rotate and go around the whole curve of the map, and the more people that can like get through. All right. Now, ideally, enough people get through that like eventually it's just like the Sig and the Zen that are kind of a together core. They're kind of just going to stick together there, and they're going to just like walk through here, and they don't even have to go to the high ground if they don't want to. They can walk to this staircase right here. All right. Generally speaking, on Temple of Anubis, this is like the best spot. This is a massive position, actually, especially for defense flex support. So like on your team, your BAP here, Potato, you should really be holding like right here. And the reason this spot is so good is if you look at the angles, if you look at where you can like heal, if you look at where you can get to, like you can just walk down here and just exit boots up to the top. You can use this as natural cover against anyone that's like trying to put a spam lane here. Well, if you're standing right here, you're behind the bridge, you got natural cover. If they're coming from this way over here, all right, well then your team, right, if you're standing here, your team is going to be blocking their path to looking at you. And also if you just drop down a little bit, right, to here, then this edge protects you as natural cover from anyone trying to shoot you from up here. And then if you want to, if they're starting to make some ground over here like this, again, you can just walk back and jump up top. And now, you know, if like, let's say the attackers control stage, well, then you already are ready to defend from up here on top of this right side high ground. Right. So definitely start up there if you can. Let me see. This is interesting. You've got like this vantage point right here, and I've talked about this with my team a little bit. This is really interesting. When the first time a Baptiste player finds this spot and notices that they can just kind of like, you know, heal their team here and shoot this person, and if anyone comes down main, then you know you can just shoot him from behind. But You know what ends up happening here is, if for whatever reason our team notices you're here, then all it takes is a Roadhog to just like walk this way, hook you, and kill you. Or if you do have to get out of here, then the issue is your routes to escape kind of suck, right? Let's say you have to disengage from this position, then you have to jump off, right? And then go down main, which kind of just leaves you really exposed. Or you can jump off and then start walking up these stairs, which if we're following you, you're super exposed, you're going to die again. Or you can try to go off here and then exo boots up to the top, which takes a little bit of time. I do not believe you can exo boots from here to there. You do have to touch the ground first. And that means you have to drop down, hold exo boots, jump up, get to here, and then you're kind of safe. But like this whole process is about as long and about as bad as just walking through the choke. And it's just, what the problem with this is that you just don't have a retreat path. If we make ground, if your team has to concede any ground, then you're usually in a bad spot. So be really careful with that position. All right, so we managed to get our Tracer and our ball through. That's really big for us. That's going to relieve a lot of pressure. Notice already how your team is kind of just giving up stage. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here fumbling over this jump. You can see me. I'm trying to jump on top of the thing. There is a way where you can jump from this little bag up on top of the little flag thing here, this like ribbon, and then jump up on top of stage. So there's like a 1, 2, 3 kind of jump process. But I'm going to sit here and I'm going to fail it a bunch of times. It's going to be really funny, and we can watch that a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So the idea there was that we made a bunch of space. I would jump up on top of here, and I'm going to hold this angle right here. This is what I wanted to do. But because I failed the jump so many times, I just end up saying, fuck this shit. I'm just going to go down main. Yeah, a lot of space conceded right here, which kind of just, like, if we go back, you can kind of see when the space was just given up and it was kind of becoming inevitable. So we get ball along up the long path. All right, and then this is going to let Tracer kind of follow in through. Tracer goes in next. Now we got 2 through, and now you're starting to see it. Look at the people starting to turn around. You see D.Va seeing like 2 people rotating around. D.Va kind of repositioned. And then it looks like we got... Did we get a conk? I believe we got a conk mine on you. Is that how the Orisa fell off? It's huge. That is a massive conk mine. So now your position is compromised on stage. The BAP position's now not really that great. So you kind of disengage from that. Orisa has to disengage through main. D.Va's kind of looking at where she should be. We got a lot of good angles. That's a big ground pound right there as well. And from here, we've got all the space we need. If I'm able to take stage here with Sigma, then this should just be a walk in the park. Unfortunately, I missed that a couple times. But I still think that overall, we have so much space here that it's hard to not lose. It's really our game to lose. And we've already seen this, so I'll just kind of skip over it. Okay, good job, Fig, for kind of already being in the back there. That's really good. It's a fast couple volts coming in from red team here, being that we did really well on the first point. We already got 4 ults available, almost 5. And so we should be able to just kind of use all of them right now and win the game. It's a big beat. Not quite good enough to save. You lost 2. There's the fire barrage. There's the lift. It's kind of the inevitability. I don't know if there was really anything you could have done on point 2. I'll be honest. With the amount of ult advantage we gained from point A, you would have had to strongly outplay us in some way. I don't really know how you do it to survive and regain ult parity on point B. Okay. So our strategy here for defense that we've been doing is now normally we've actually been playing hog ball rather than sig ball, but we tried the sig ball this time and I think I did like it. I mean they're both pretty good. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, they're going to be very similar comps in general. We're still playing a very spam comp, spam oriented. We're playing the ball tracer. The ball tracer is going to work together to try to find picks in the back line. They're going to try to play off of each other. The Baptiste is going to be holding this bridge as we called out and as we talked about last round. Generally, Baptiste is going to just hold right here. You got a lot of good angles, a lot of good play to be happening right here on this bridge. Sigma's just going to be kind of holding right here. Ideally, I'm going to hold up shield while I totally don't mind if your team walks through this. In fact, I want you to, because then I get to shoot the last person who walks through with a couple spears and potentially get kills or just get some ult charge. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm totally cool if you take that short route. That means you're just going to be walking into more of our spam here. This is our idea, right? We want you to be walking in here, taking a bunch of spam, and then in the background, we're going to have Ball and Tracer trying to eat your backline. That's kind of what we're trying to do here. Neo being fancy up here, starting up on top of this little bit here. If you go from here, you can double blink. It might be a triple blink, but I think it's just a double. You can get on top of this high ground, and then since the skybox on here is so low, there's actually no way for Pharah to walk past here, even flying, and dodge the tracer. In fact, the skybox here is like, it's like right here. Really, this is one of the lowest skyboxes in the game. Even though Pharah is pretty good on this point, you got to be very careful, and that like, you can't get too high, and so there's not a whole lot that you can actually dodge as far as getting out of people's range. One note, for example, is a Genji standing here on the ground can dash and touch the skybox, and Genji can't normally do that on very many maps. It's really just Temple Anubis is one of the only ones in which Genji can just dash straight to the side to the skybox, meaning that Pharah is not really safe from a Genji on this map. There we go. Oof, oh, that really sucks for the Sombra. Alright, so you're waiting for the Sombra respawn. Sombra, really good choice here, by the way. Really, really powerful hero on Anubis. Very good choice. The double bubble comp you're playing here, really strong, actually. I really like what you're doing. Okay, so Sombra going the other way. I see what you're doing. Ooh. That brig can die. Nice. Good pick on the brig. Good pick on the Junkrat there. We are able to get Potato. With your Ana gone, you're pretty much done with this push. You're going to want to get out. Yeah, you're going to get out at this point with the blue team. We're going to have a pretty big advantage here as far as like if you're not going to target this Mercy, then that's going to be kind of rough, because every time you land a kill, unless the follow-up is to kill the Mercy or you're going to puppy dog the corpse somehow, then we're just going to res the corpse and we're not even going to get like too staggered out. So you're going to have to overcome that burden a little bit. One thing you can do is you can actually just hack the Mercy and then dive the Mercy. Remember this part, actually. The blue team got really bunched up together in here. You went for an anti-nade. But when you bunch yourself up like this is exactly what we want you to do. As a spam comp on the red team, what we want you to do is group up together so that we can all shoot you from different angles in the same place. This is exactly why spam beats brawl in the sort of combat triangle. Right? So this group up here, bubble, heal up. I mean, the bubble makes it sort of worth it, but we're able to just kind of spam a lot of damage into this corner, I think. Pretty sure if I remember correctly. I guess it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. You almost lost your brig there. We could have maybe spammed a little bit more damage. Kind of impressed we weren't able to capitalize anymore on that. Although I guess like red team is able to get the kills they need to here. Okay, and it looks like Sombra now has her ult. So that's definitely something we're very scared of. At this point, we're getting our spawns back. We're trying to get those back as quick as possible. And we actually call out in chat here to stay spread so that we can try to avoid this EMP hitting all of us. So we're trying to just kind of play everyone on different places, if I remember correctly. We're not doing a great job at it. Right now, you could get a pretty sick EMP hitting 4 people if you went for it. Let's see, are we going to spread out a little more here? Okay, big dive from the Winston. I'm going to pick up both of those. The primal comes down. Oh my god, the pulse bomb. No way, Neil. Holy cow. There's Neo there. That's crazy. That's a big carry from Neo. So you commit the primal there, but unfortunately, after losing both your healers, this primal's just not going to be good enough. Our team here is still being kind of afraid of this EMP. But yeah, we're able to get rid of it. 60 seconds remaining. All right, EMP still available. You're going to want to use it to win this fight. I remember correctly though, I don't believe you do. But it's a big tool. Let's see what kind of opportunities you do have to use it. Let's kind of watch here. Uh-huh. Mildly detected. Kind of found a little bit. Your team ready for this? And this should be big, right? This is like, I'm going to throw it up here. I'm going to EMP here. And then Winston's going to jump up, right? That's happening here, right? Oh, he jumps nest? Okay. Oh no. Okay, big mines coming in from our ball. We got the... Oh no. That sucks for your Sombra. This game was huge winnable for blue team. I think the key point, the key moment here was this, like when Sombra was over here and you had the chance to like EMP right here and dive with 4 people. I think that was like the big moment. Right here. Almost right here. Yeah, your team is really well positioned for this. You did a really good job like setting this spot up here. You can see how if you EMP up here, you get at least 2, almost 3 if you get me. I'm trying to like space myself out because I know the EMP's coming. At least I thought it was coming. And then the dive came up here on the Baptiste, pushing the Baptiste off. The thing is, like, if you don't kill the Baptiste, he just heals himself and jumps right back up. So that's kind of ineffective. Here, though, I mean, you're looking for just, like, any EMP you can get here. Dang. It's a huge tire. No game-winning tire. It's crazy. All right. Moving on to the next one.